Welcome to the fourth episode of the 90 Plus podcast. We are live in JFK in New York. I just want to kind of take a few minutes of summarising our trip here and give a few shout outs. This goes all the way back to Boston. I'm going to give a shout out to the Garden Pub in North Beverly. And we met some amazing people. We interviewed four or five women and guys. They were fantastic. I can't remember their names at the top of my head, so apologies. If I miss anyone out, Liam will keep me right. Um, also, on the way, we met Canadians. I want to give a big shout out to Kevin and Mandy. Is it Trooper? Trooper? Yeah. I really want to give a big shout out to them. Really nice people. Walked with them and interviewed us, and they've added on us on Instagram. We've been talking away to them. Really hope you come to Scotland anytime soon. Also, big shout out to Andrew. We obviously met his mum and paps. Big shout out to them. She loved my laugh. I don't know how, but she really did. Big shout out to Andrew, who gave me a free baseball ticket. What a guy. He took us around Miami. It was unbelievable. So big shout to him. Also, please do follow the card registry on YouTube and Instagram. I think we've tagged it on our page. That gentleman was absolute class. I think Liam will say a few words.
Yeah, no, just everyone we met on the trip to in Miami, Boston, New York. Like, I hope everyone obviously gets home safely and stuff. I've had a brilliant trip, and yeah, I just hope everyone has enjoyed themselves as much as we have.
Also, to the Scottish boys that I met, I want to give a big shout to Liam, who came on the march. We probably get absolutely pissed as a fart, to be honest with you. But big shout to Liam, who's from Edinburgh. Really good guy. We've gone really well, so big shout to him. And Ramsey as well, who's from Wames Bay. Really decent guy. He gave Liam a ticket for the baseball. So Ramsey, good shout,
Big up
good shout,
Ramsey.
big up Ramsey as well. Um, so let's reflect on the Scotland campaign. I think we're all really disappointed the way it's ended. It has been a really the fans really do their part, but I feel like the manager and the players just don't show up to tournaments. Have we been lucky over the qualifiers, Liam? Over the last number of tournaments?
Yeah. Obviously qualifying is one thing, getting there. The other one, obviously, actually competing and doing what other like Cap Verde are doing is getting in through the knockouts. Uh, yeah, but it's a bit bitterly disappointment, but we'll get on to some key factors. I think, but I think there's big questions needs to be asked within the Scotland setup and the higher ups as well.
Yeah. I mean, when you're playing out for the back against Brazil, it's suicidal, absolute suicidal. When you've got Vinicius Juniors breathing down your neck, I just feel it's really you're gifting them goals. Really, I don't think they were that great, to be honest with you, and that's the truth. We absolutely just played backwards, sideways constantly. There was no McTominay, McGinn, or big players. Robertson have not showed up to this tournament for me. Um, Tierney was excellent when he came on, absolutely superb against Brazil. He was more direct. The three men round Ben Gannon what chance have he got with the physicalness of the Brazilian side? Shanklin never got really any service. I don't think any of our strikers really in the three games get any service. It's been a poor campaign. How often? Just a quick question on the 4 year contract for Clark. Has it been a big mistake?
Yeah, well, when you're walking away from when you go back to 2024 in Germany when we got beat in Stuttgart against Hungary, a lot of people thought he was going to walk away. Obviously, walk away there now. You got two major tournaments. Not a lot of Scotland managers have ever done that in their time. And we thought, like, maybe can't. I don't think he can get us to the next step. But obviously, he stuck it out, rode it out. He got us to the World Cup the first time in obviously 28 years. But this has been a disaster. I think this has been probably worse than Germany,
Yeah,
realistically.
yeah. I think whoever has given that 4 year contract needs to be seriously looked at as well. I think it's time for a change. I personally, his interview was absolutely shocking. The that he's supposed to motivate the players. I get it. Like he's pissed off with the performance and the result, but still, you're supposed to motivate your players as a manager, not dishearten them. And for him to storm off in an interview and then in the press saying we're going home, I think fans allowed to say that, but when it comes to a manager, Liam, you can't say that.
No, you can't, and it's not like it's only the one time he's done that. It's numerous times he's done that now, and yeah, it's just I think it's just kind of a spit in the face towards the fans that have obviously came over, took the time off work, spent all the money they have just to obviously see Scotland compete at a World Cup and such. But I think it's just been taken for granted a wee bit, and obviously shoved in the face in front of the fans. So
And like you said, you've got teams like Congo, Cape Verde who have went for it. I mean, Cape Verde's got like 500,000 people. We've got 5.5 million in Scotland. I know the talent. This is supposed to be our golden generation, and yet we've just not performed. We've had what is it 3 goals in 2 tournaments, if I believe. Well, two, isn't it? And one in two in the Euros, one here. Is that right?
uh,
Or was it one in the Euros?
well,
I
there
can't.
was McGregor scored in 2020. You had
Yep.
McTominay which scored in 24. We had an own goal as well in
Yeah. So
24,
we've only really
and
scored four.
then we've had McGinnon 26. So obviously, you're just looking on paper. That's not good. That's not good.
So just one final word before we look into the club side of things and what's been going on in the last 7 days since we last done the last podcast. Sum up in a couple of words Scotland's campaign for yourself.
Disastrous. Well, I said in the first episode, if we don't make it out the group, it'll be an absolute disastrous campaign, and once again, it's proved to be that way. Obviously, there is still a chance that Scotland get through, but realistically, you're
What's it?
looking
What's the percentage now?
it's 0.5, not 5%. So you're looking at Ghana to put three past Croatia without a response, which is obviously very unlikely. And it was with Congo to get not one against Uzbekistan, and I can't even remember the last one. I don't even want to remember the
Don't
last
worry,
one.
we're already out.
Yeah.
But what I want to say is one final before we move on to club scene. Scotland fans, you've done yourself proud in this campaign. I think we've won the hearts of all over the States and the world, to be honest with you, apart from England, possibly. But no, congratulations in regards to what you've done. Everyone loved us. It's been a fantastic 2 weeks or 15 days that we've been here. We've met so many lovely people, like I mentioned earlier on. But Scotland fans, you should be absolutely proud of yourselves. You've done yourself well in Germany. You've done yourself well in the States. Absolute superb performance from the Scotland fans. We just need a bit more from the team, like I said earlier on. But moving on to the kind of qualifiers that's obviously been drawn last week. Hearts have drawn against Sturm Graz in the Champions League qualifier. The first leg is in Austria, second leg at Tynecastle. Do you think away legs will suit Hearts?
Uh, yeah, I think they'd fancy having the way leg first. Realistically, you want to get that out of the way, and then obviously you're taking it back to Tynecastle, where obviously but last season it's a fortress, only lost to Falkirk, and that was on penalties. So yeah, in the cup. So yeah, no, realistically you're looking. If your Hearts, I'll be fancying that, especially against Stuttgart. Was it Stuttgart? Yeah,
Sturm Graz.
Stuttgart. Yeah, I would say they played Rangers and Celtic last season. Celtic beat them 2-1, and I think did Rangers win or
I can't recall actually at the top of my head. We had a disastrous campaign, so we move on from that. But we met a few jambles obviously throughout the tenure. Not a lot of Celtic Rangers fans that I met, to be honest with you, very mixed, but mostly Hearts, Falkirk, Kilmarnock. But we met a few Hearts fans that are going to Austria, and they're really looking forward to it. I think they've got a great chance with the away leg first. Get a decent 0-0, one each. We know away goals don't count in like European anymore, but I really think that they've got a great chance if they can take a decent result back to Tynecastle. Obviously, Motherwell meet a Faroe Island side. I can't recall at the top of the head. But before we do, Hearts have obviously appointed a manager. Sorry, I should have said they've obviously appointed the Belgian manager of the year. Now, I believe Belgian football is slightly similar to us. So how do you think he'll do?
well, it's in the same kind of market. Obviously, there Tony Bloom's already got a Union Saint Joa in Belgium, so obviously you know
You
that
know,
market pretty well. Obviously, the manager adds to it as well. So I think you could see Hearts obviously shopping in Belgium and obviously maybe picking up a few Belgium gems next season or this season coming.
and I think as I say, very similar football. I think he could actually be a really good, obviously use analytics. I think Hearts will do all right under this management. Obviously they've lost Shanklin to Rangers, the manager, but I mean you've got to believe in the system when it comes to Tony Bloom. He's done very well with Brighton, and all the clubs he's in usage, Union St Gallen. So really strong kind of fan base there, or kind of base he's got with his teams. Like I was saying, Motherwell obviously drew a Faroe Island team. Really, Motherwell, I think, should comfortably go through this, the Conference League qualifier, but it's always a banana skin, isn't it?
Yeah, there's always like a club that can obviously be slippery, and then obviously they can get themselves into the European leagues. But I do think Motherwell will walk this kind of thing. Obviously, they've got Alella Just, what is just obviously is coming back now from international duty with New Zealand. He's been brilliant. Will they be able to keep him before the qualifiers? That's a big question. Same with Masarise and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see.
And they've appointed a manager that was formerly of Rosenborg. I don't know much about the guy. Have you researched much, Liam?
No, not as much to be fair. Obviously, I'm
We're
just
too busy enjoying ourselves.
yeah, we've been on holiday, so you can cut us some slack, Motherwell fans. But it'll be interesting to see the recruitment side of Motherwell in the next couple of weeks going into the qualifier.
And he's obviously, like you said about the Hearts manager shopping in the Belgian market. He might do the same in the Norwegian market potentially. Some really good players in Norway. We know Bode Glimt. I don't think they would come to Motherwell, but you never know. Sorry, Motherwell fans, but I think the Norwegian market might be something that he might do as well.
Yeah, no, if it's a manager knows that market and he knows that there's a couple of players that will make go under the radar compared to other clubs, then they obviously dapper in that market and such.
And touching on Rangers, Rangers have obviously brought back Ross McCrory. With regards to, he's obviously a youth academy player. Um, he was a very versatile player back when he played for Rangers. You okay, Liam? but yeah, he's very versatile. I think he'll do a job. I mean, there's rumours obviously that Cammy Devlin's going to come in at Rangers as well, potentially. So there's a lot of rumours kicking about. I heard Penrice as well was linked with Rangers. So the business is obviously starting to click. Rangers and Celtic are back from pre-season as well. So I think it'll be very interesting to see. How do you think Ross McCrory will do from Celtic point of view?
Uh, well, it's a signing I understand, to be honest. Obviously, fits the Scottish
Model.
criteria. Obviously, you're asking for leaders and stuff. I'm pretty sure he was a pretty big player for Bristol City. Obviously, every time I turned on the news, he was bloody scoring. So hopefully that's not the case. But
What do you mean?
taking over a old pen here, but
No, I think he'll do. I think it's a decent signing. He knows the club, came through, like I said. So interesting to see how he gets on under McInnes. Um, Still believe Rangers will win the league. Got to be confident. Look at that face. But as what it is, we'll wait and see what happens. Obviously, pre-season's obviously all started, but we know that the Premier Sports Cup starts on the 12th of July. So we're going to look at the fixtures for the top three sides in the SPL last season. So looking at Hearts, we'll start with Hearts first. Hearts are away to Aberdeen, home to Dundee United, away to Falkirk, home to St Johnstone, and then the fifth game is Edinburgh Derby away to Hibs, and then home to Dundee. And then looking at Celtic, they're at home to Dundee on opening day on the Monday night, away to Kilmarnock, away to St Johnstone, home to Falkirk, home to Aberdeen, and then away to St Mirren. And Dundee United, Rangers, sorry, start away to Dundee United, Hibs at home to St Mirren, away to Aberdeen, and away to Falkirk, and then home to Motherwell. So out of the three of them, who do you think's got the best start? Obviously, everyone has to play everybody
yeah.
at some point, but who do you think's got the best so far?
I think if you're looking on paper and you're wanting to pick one of them, I think you'd probably say Celtic. You know, obviously there's a couple of difficult teams in there. You've got Falkirk, Aberdeen, and there's a couple of tough away games that have been difficult last season on Kelly and St Mirren. But obviously there's the one team in there from top six last season, and then there's a newly promoted team as well in St Johnstone. So if on paper it is 100% Celtic.
Yeah, obviously Hearts play Hibs on the fifth game of the season. Now, it was very exciting Edinburgh derbies last season. It was like one, it was always one goal in it really. Hearts obviously got the better of Hibs a few times the last last kick of the balls and stuff. So, how do you think the first derby go in Edinburgh? Away to
Well,
Easter Road, obviously.
it's Easter Road as well, so it's a tough. It'll be a real uh, learning point for Hearts and Hibs to see where they are at the start of the season. Obviously, Hearts coming in, there's a new manager settled. Obviously, the qualifiers played an impact. Same with Hibs, so it will be interesting to see who comes out on top on that.
Yep. And what kind of fixture? The fixture that stands out for me is obviously the fourth game at Pittodrie for Rangers. Always a difficult place to go up at Pittodrie. They've had a disappointing season, Aberdeen, last year. Obviously, Robinson's come in. I think he'll obviously make an immediate impact at Pittodrie. Do you think that could be the standout for Rangers in the six games?
Yeah, I think that'll be a real sale setter for Rangers to see where they are with this kind of squad. And then if they get past that, plain sailing, then obviously then you can talk about okay maybe that they could compete this season. But until that game, I'm not really bothered about Rangers personally as a Celtic fan. But
You should be bothered. You should be bothered for a bit next season, I think.
we'll be coming. Here we go.
56 for us. I know they're at 56, but don't you worry, Rangers fans will do it. Um, Obviously, the first Old Firm is at Parkhead. Do you think it's an advantage of the first game being at Parkhead, or would you rather have the last game at Parkhead for when it comes to split?
I
'Cause the last one will be at Ibrox potentially, which
yeah,
I think it will be.
obviously if the league's not over by then, which it normally is, but no, I do like having the last game or the last derby game at home because obviously it gives you the chance to that final booster chance if you do end up in a title race and such. And I think it is really pivotal and important and such. But taking the first game, you just need to win these games. Obviously, you only play them. You will down south they say you play each other every week, but when it comes down to 4 games a season to decide a league title, you need to be on form.
So obviously that's the seventh game of the season after the sixth. So tell me, how many points do you think Hearts, Celtic, Rangers will pick up before, obviously in the first six games? Who do you think will get the most points? Should we say?
Realistically, you're probably going to be saying Celtic because they've got the easiest kind of fixture list going into this. But it wouldn't surprise me if they do slip up somewhere or one of
Where do you think?
them.
Kelly away,
Kelly away is an eye
Neil
opener.
McCann.
I think maybe even St Mirren away. It's the away games with Celtic. At home, obviously, it's like Paradise is a fortress, but away games might be unsettled and such. So that's where St Mirren or Kelly away.
And obviously, all the opening games in Scotland are actually going to be on Sky. All the six games for the opening weekend. I think it starts on the 31st, and then obviously Celtic playing on Monday. That was due to the concert in the Commonwealth. Celtic are obviously not best pleased about starting on Monday. Do you think it's a disadvantage for Celtic? I know it's a home to Dundee, but would you rather like should they as champions be kicking off the season?
Yeah, I think Celtic should be kicking off the season, and it's been like that for the last 3 seasons now. Where the champions has not actually kicked off the season, which I think is a bit weird because obviously the champions have got to put the flag up, and then obviously go on from there. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, as long as there's football getting played, I'm not going to really complain.
Well, guys, I think that will do us today. Again, please do. I want to thank all the interviews that were done throughout the 2 weeks. We've got some amazing content. There's still more to go up. We'll obviously put all our kind of social media kind of links under the YouTube video. Please continue to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. We will obviously tag everything there. We'll get so much content we've got to need to edit. So please continue to just like and subscribe and hit the notification button. Maybe I should have done that a bit more in our videos afterwards when I interviewed. Someone kind of told me to do that, which was stupid of myself. But guys, thank you very much. We've got an amazing following. I think we're doing really well. We've only done it for 3 weeks. This is the fourth episode. Liam, what do you want to say to our subscription and followers on social media?
Yeah, thanks obviously for all the support in America. We'll say it's not going unnoticed. I know it's a bit all over the place now, but obviously when we get back, we'll be a bit more consistent. obviously heading into the new season. So any ideas of topics you want us to go over or anything like that, feel free to obviously comment. Obviously we'll get back to you. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for all the support.
Guys, thank you very much. And we'll probably, the plan going forward is we'll try and get some weekly guests, maybe some Liam friends, my friends on the podcast. So that's the plan. The plan just before the season, we're going to, me, Liam, and Dave, my mate Dave, we're going to do a prediction show of from 1st to 12. So that'll come in the next few weeks. That's the plan. He'll be on the show. He is an Aberdeen fan, and no doubt he will say Aberdeen's going to win the league. He says every year, and we're still waiting. So it's bad as like them saying the Rangers are coming on, isn't it? But anyway, guys, thank you very much, and continue to like and subscribe. Thank you. Ciao. Hello and welcome to the 90 Plus podcast. I just really wanted to come and talk about Steve Clarke's resignation the other night. I think we kind of all expected it, to be perfectly honest. But first off, I want to kind of just go over. He has been unbelievable, to be honest with you. He got us to 3 tournaments in 2021, also 2024, and then 2026. He has done a magnificent job. There's no doubt about it. He's given us some memorable nights, from beating Spain, also winning away to Norway, which in the last couple of minutes, which was unbelievable scenes as well. Also, the Denmark game was probably the best night, I think, of most of our lives. He's given, like a lot of generations, we're waiting for this moment to get to a World Cup. We've all experienced it. We've had a ball in USA. But when it came to the tournaments in Germany 2 years ago, he wasn't great. We were very defensive minded. McTominay would never perform again. Your big players never performed, and again that happened. So I don't think we're pleasantly surprised that this has happened. But does he go down as the greatest Scottish manager ever? I think he's got to, because he has produced some memorable nights as a Scotland fans. Now, obviously, the search does go on for the next manager. Obviously, Moyes is the favourite. Again, do you really think that he's a man to take Scotland forward? Potentially. I think, personally, I would like an attack-minded manager like Ange Postecoglou. I think he would come in and absolutely make us be more attacking-minded. We will concede goals under him, there's no doubt about it. It was probably the best spell that Celtic fans talk about. But I really genuinely believe that I think we should be breaking the bank to really do that. I'm not really. It's something that I think that needs to be done. We need to. Do we have the players that can do it? We've got a lot of 30-year-olds like Robertson and stuff like that, where they really probably might get one more tournament out of Robertson potentially. But there's something that we really need to seriously look at. It doesn't need to be a Scotsman for me. As long as we can get the right man, keep us in tournaments and make an impact in tournaments. That's what we're looking for. Qualifiers have been something that you can gradually build on, and game by game, because when it comes to tournament football, you've only got 3 games. You need to win. You need to win one, and also you need to, potentially draw another. So 4 points normally gets you through that group stage, especially in this type of format that we've obviously been accustomed to. The very first time of 48 teams, but. In reflection, I want to thank Steve Clarke, because I think he has done a magnificent job. I mean, there's probably better managers that's obviously managed Scotland and they've failed potentially there, but there's no doubt about it that the question is, who's next? Please let us know in the comments. Also, please continue to like and subscribe our channel. It has been, and also hit the notification button. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. This will be added to the episode of number 4. But thank you very much. I'm very much jet lagged, to be honest with you, but I just really wanted to jump on and really go through the news. Obviously, he had a 4-year contract, but he's obviously waived that with regards to his resignation. But thank you guys for the support you're doing for 90 Plus podcast. Me and Liam really do appreciate it. But guys, let us know what you think. Thank you. We know we ain't no Argentina.